keep winning and just, build off of that, build that momentum. And, it's great. It's always fun to win. So I think we're just having a great time out there. And, whether it's the 10th, 11th, like we're still going to have fun and play our game and, just keep competing every single pitch.
Smile says it all there, Paul. The smile
you never
on
get
JP's
tired of
face.
Yeah, those still shots at the end of those games when they're dumping anything they can possibly find on the players is a lot of fun. We are back here on the Ultimate Seattle Sports Show. Cole Young will be 23 years old next month. He's enjoying life right now along with the rest of his Mariners teammates. Let's bring in the forever young Mariners broadcaster, Brad Adam, who is known as the Dick Clark of broadcasting. The guy never gets old. Look at him.
Paul, he put a hat on. I think he felt the pressure. He felt pressure when I said his hair, is getting challenged by Cole Young.
There you go.
Look at that.
Boy.
Wow.
Drop the hammer on Egan.
Who pulls a hat off and has hair like that?
Yeah, exactly. That's a good point, man.
Hey, it's still product from last night, so it's still in there, my friend.
But you're right. Before we get really into the Mariners, what shampoo are you using?
I think it's Crew shampoo right now. I'm not real particular. Whatever I can find in the hotel rooms that we travel, just a little travel size, I take. I figure they're nice hotels, so the product's going to be pretty nice.
Yeah, man. Well, I mean, you look at that. Go ahead, man. You look at that pelt, and it's like, you can pretty much put anything on that. You'll be fine.
Fresh scent on there, maybe a mango.
But here's I'll give you guys a little insight, because you're right, Egan. I'm very jealous of Cole Young in the hair. So I have decided that we will never show Cole without a hat on. Right? I never want to see that hair again. So if he doesn't have his hat on, he does not make the air. We don't interview him. Right? So everybody will forget about his hair. That's what I'm going to go with.
I love it.
All right, man. Let's get to last night's game. Josh Naylor hits the game-tying home run and then leaves the game with what Dan Wilson said were back spasms. What do you think? Anything to be concerned about there?
I don't think so. It's something that has bothered him maybe a little bit here and there, but I think it's just a day-to-day type of thing. I don't think it's anything serious at all. I mean, he was using the gun like we all do, right? As we get out of bed every morning. Oh my gosh, the joints ache. And I think he probably could have played, but it's being smart, and they took him out, and they'll evaluate him. But I think it's just going to be a day-to-day thing, which is good because, man, as you guys talked about, this team is rolling. And I like guys bringing me on after a 7-game win streak. I like that.
Well,
no more losses. I only talk about wins.
We wanted you to come on after a win streak. And it's still going. Let's be clear.
That's right. A good chance to keep it going. The Tigers are having an awful start to their season, so there's a good chance to go into Detroit this weekend and maybe take at least 2 out of 3 from them. So Cal Raleigh back with the team, still rehabbing as he deals with an oblique injury on his right side. He's doing some light work, Brad, and it was good to see him out there. He misses his teammates.
Oh, big time. Never been on the IL before. And yesterday was kind of a nice step for him. He took, you see him running out there in the outfield, and then he got the gear on and caught a Brian Wu bullpen. So that was really cool to see. And he's walking through the dugout, and we're just kind of chatting about, and we're looking, and here comes Cal in full gear walking by. And we're like, oh, hey, Cal, what are you doing? Are you doing something? So, yeah, I just caught a bullpen. So that's good. They're going to figure out a timeline for his rehab stint and what he's going to do. Hopefully today or tomorrow they'll let us know what's up. I don't think he's going – he might go back to Arizona, but I think he's going to be, hopefully up here rehabbing and go out into some games pretty soon. I don't know how long he's going to need. But, again, this is something, the obliques, as you guys know, it's like hamstrings. They're like tricky and they can linger. So you want to make sure that it's totally quiet, died down, and that when he does come back, this is not going to be an issue and he'll be ready to go.
Brad, when the Mariners lost Cal, and he's not back on the team yet, heading in the right direction, not only in my mind do you lose a bat, you lose a catcher with this great pitching staff, you also lose leadership. Yet with that said, Julio Rodriguez, let's talk about Julio. I can go back to that Kansas City series when the meeting Julio and Randy had in the dugout after a defensive mishap. Since that game, this Mariners team has been on fire. I'm not quite sure what Julio said, but I'll say this. What I'm seeing from the outside, and Brad, this is why we love having you, because you're with this team. What I'm seeing from the outside is it seems like Julio is really embracing this leadership role. He's having fun with the guys, and it seems to be paying off right now.
Absolutely. I mean, winning's fun, right? Everybody's enjoying themselves right now. And it's a good point you had, because it was interesting. He was late for his at-bat, and we're like, what happened to Julio? Did he forget he was up? He actually got, a pitch clock violation, had a ball called on him in that at bat. But I think it just shows you a more growth of Julio. And finding his voice a little bit in the clubhouse. Some of the pitchers are starting to do that, like Brian Wu, as well as Logan Gilbert. But you're right. Cal leaves a big void, and Julio has really stepped in and filled that in May. I mean, he had arguably the best month of May, the best month of his career, and certainly one of the best months in the American League. He could easily be AL Player of the Month. That'll be announced either today or I think maybe tomorrow. But I think it's just another step for him. And when he's producing like that, Randy has been consistent all season long. You see Luke Raley get hot. What's really nice to see now is you got pitching. You guys talked about how good the bullpen has been, and contributions from everybody, right? A Ref Snyder home run here, a Raley here, a Canzone, a Young, Colt Emerson. It's fun to watch right now. And then you think, wow, they're going to get Cal Raleigh and Brendan Donovan back.
Yeah.
Like, how scary good is this team going to be? And the belief has always been there. What's I like about this team is that there's no panic, there's no change, there's no variation from routines and pre-games and getting ready for games when they were struggling. They knew that, the talent was there, keep trusting the process, and now we're seeing results. And this team, I think, is just taken off. I think they do not look back at all the rest of the season in the AL West.
And, Brad, I'm going to throw one more name, and it's another veteran at you guys, that being J.P. Crawford. In his last 8 games, 3 home runs, had his first multi-home run game of his career. I believe that was on Friday to help him get the win. 10 hits, 6 RBI over this 8-game stretch. I feel like he's been taking, obviously, a lot of heat for his defensive play this season. And even though he was 0 for 4 last night against the Mets, he has been another key to this win streak.
Yeah, leading off, with Donovan out, he's leadoff home run. You mentioned the multi-homer game. He's playing defense at shortstop. He obviously knows that Colt Emerson's a future there. I still think that move to third is going to happen. I'm not sure when, but it will happen this year. But good for him, and he saved that play. The Diamondbacks, top of the 10th, a great play, infield in, saved a run. They win it in the bottom of the 10th. I think just the selflessness, another leader in that clubhouse, a guy, longest tenured Mariner, right? He's played more games at shortstop than any other shortstop in team history. So this guy has had just a fabulous career here, and he wants to continue it. And he knows, doing that wherever they want him to be, is that third or second or moving around, whatever that is. So that was, I think, a big point with the team. And they embraced JP. They embraced Colt Emerson when he came up. And it's just really good vibes in that clubhouse right now. A lot of it has to do with, great point, JP.
Well, and to circle back to your comments there, so you think there is a chance he possibly goes to third, and you've worked very closely with JP over the years. Is this something he would embrace, is making that move over to third?
Absolutely. I mean, it was his idea. He came to Dan Wilson and the team, saying, if this guy is better, I want what's best for the team. So if me moving to third makes us better, he's all for it. Which, kudos to him for that. And also he realizes that, from shortstop, where do shortstops go? They maybe move to second. They maybe move to third. So he's, his contract is up after the end of this season, and he knows his value is going to be somewhere probably other than shortstop. So smart move by him, a selfless move by him, and it really shows you what kind of player he is and how much he wants to win.
Yeah, and he's made it clear that he wants to stay in Seattle. And you bring up Emerson, the fact that the kid's just 20 years old. He doesn't turn 21 until July 20th, so it's coming up on that big 21st birthday, Brad. I don't know, the big celebration.
I'm gonna take him out. He has the exact same birthday as my oldest.
Yeah.
Oh.
My oldest just graduated college, exact same birthday, so they're gonna be 21 years old together. And I'm looking at her living at home, asking me what's for dinner. And I'm like, and here's Cole out there playing in the major leagues.
When Brad was 21, I believe he went out and got a Zima, Paul. That was what.
Yeah, right. Yeah, a California cooler.
A few California coolers, yeah.
Couple
I think
Henry
I got
Weinhardts.
Hey, we talk about Emerson and we talk about the prospects. I got to bring up Ryan Sloan, who's on some charts the top prospect in all of baseball. Got Cade Anderson as well, two top pitchers for this Mariners organization. No room to put him anywhere right now, but a lot of people think they still need their seasoning down there in the minors. Talk about these two guys and when you possibly think they might come up to the Mariners.
Yeah, that's a good point. There's another 20-year-old in Mr. Sloan. He was just named Texas League Pitcher of the Week. He had an outing where, 6 innings, he struck out 11. 6 perfect innings, struck out 11 and 61 pitches. Cade Anderson goes 5 1/3. We've seen this against Frisco here, I believe. 5 1/3 with 9 punch-outs, 1 run, or no runs. It's just Anderson's 21, Sloan's 20. They're just carving up Double-A, which is great to see. I would think that Anderson is a little bit ahead of him. High school pitcher, you really want to limit his pitches, limit his innings. I'm very curious to see the plan for these guys. Is it a move to Triple-A? Is it a move to, here to the bigs later, and maybe Anderson pitches out of the pen? You've seen some teams do that where they bring guys up from Double-A and put them right there in the pen to help them out down in September. 5 1/3, like I said, yeah.
Those would be a couple nice arms. Those would be a couple nice arms to have there, Brad. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Sloan, I think I can't see him being up this year, but again, you never say never. You never know what's going to happen with the rotation here, but yeah, you're right. It's a nice problem to have. We thought a 6-man rotation was tough. Now you got 2 more guys, right, to add to the mix.
8-man rotation piggyback. I don't know. I don't see it happening. You do mention the pen, Brad, and there's no secret on this show, my man crush for Matt Brash. And you also look at this team in their roller coaster ride, and a lot of it happened when Gabe Spire and Matt Brash were out. And I know maybe I make too much of the bullpen, but it just feels like these two have been so key now that they're back. We saw that performance in Game 1 against the Mets, what this bullpen can do. And sure, I mean, Hancock should get a lot of kudos for what he did on the mound, but to have a pen like that, not one hit, not one walk, I think having Spire and Matt Brash back have been key for this Mariners' success.
Absolutely. That's the way they're built. They play a lot of close games. They play a lot of low-scoring games, a lot of one-run games. And to win a lot of those games, you need your bullpen. And the beginning of the year, they were not winning a lot of those close games. They were trying to figure things out. Ferrer was trying to find his footing out there in the bullpen. They've figured it out, and they've gotten healthy. They've got 2 really high-leverage lefties, Inspire and Ferrer. That gives Dan Wilson just a lot of different options. And then you've got Brash, who's, he deserves your man crush for sure. And then you've got Mooney, who's been a little up and down, but you know he's going to be fine. So if you can shorten games, right, and you get 6, like you guys were talking about, 6 good innings out of a starter, you feel really good turning the ball over to that bullpen. And the other guys have been good as well. I mean, look at Cooper Criswell, who won a game in the 10th inning, not allowing a run. Other guys have come together, and being able to go multiple innings is huge for these guys too. So it's a really good kind of battle-tested bullpen right now that are back healthy and throwing great.
Mooney slider's looking better. I will say this to both of you. Watching last night's game, I'm starting to change my thoughts on the tarps off thing. I'm not going to take my shirt off, but the kids are up there having fun. And that's what baseball should be. It should be having fun. Right. If you're a fan, we see the success of this with Banana Ball. They're selling out everywhere. So you know what? If you want to go up to the 300 level and take your shirts off and have fun,
let's go.
Who am I? Who am I, the old man?
Who has a problem with that?
Well, on this show, we said maybe keep your shirts on. No more.
I wasn't on the show that day.
No, you
couldn't have been on the show.
You know where he was, Brad? He was off in Paris having a baguette.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Hey, man,
that sounds about right.
Summer vacation. I got to take some time here and there. But listen, I know tomorrow's getaway day for you, and one of the challenges for you as a broadcaster is these long road trips. But you're going to Motor City for the weekend, and you head down to the D.C. area for Baltimore and the Nationals. So, but you get a day off in Detroit, man. What else can you ask for, Brad?
Exactly. Well, another day off, but I'll take one so I could golf. Yeah, I think we got three groups going out on Thursday, so that should be fun.
Good.
The problem with these trips, though, is I need more polos. I've only got 4 or 5, so I'm doubling up polos. You just hope you don't sweat through the first.
I'll send you some. I'll Amazon
wearing.
you some polos, Brad. I got plenty. But I don't know if you caught that, Brad. You get one day off in Detroit. Paul's off in Paris. I mean, what's wrong with this?
Well, Detroit is the Paris of the USA.
Thank you, my man.
Yeah.
And on
It's
that
best.
note, we'll leave this right there. Brad Adam heading to the Motor City for a wonderful weekend in the
wonderful.
Midwest. Thank you, Brad. We appreciate the insight, man, and we'll talk to you when you get back.
The
You got
Paris
it. Anytime,
of the
guys.
Midwest. Wow.
Love it.
All right.